Okay, welcome back everyone. What we're going to do now is we're moving into Module 3. Up to this point in time, we've talked about the concept of communication process. We looked at the very beginning of the communication process. We looked about the encoding part. In particular, we looked at the critical thinking aspect and then the organizing of these critical thoughts in preparation for writing. Particularly, we considered the use of an outline for business writing purposes, which not only helps us keep things in logical order, but helps us keep ourselves on track so we know and we do not miss any information. Now, in this particular module, Module 3, we're going to take that outline, take that critical thinking, take that outline, and we're now going to move into some very basic writing and essay development. So at this point, let's continue and talk a little bit more about what we expect to see. In Module 3, we have gone from the critical thinking, the gathering of the ideas, to the outlining, putting these ideas in order on paper, and then we're now going to move into the actual essay development, the fleshing out of your outline. Basically, what we're talking about are letters make words, and word sentences, paragraphs, and paragraphs create essays, and that by itself is correct. And you need to know how to do that, what that means, and how to do it properly. But it's the overall meaning that you are presenting in these letters, words, sentences, paragraphs, and essays that are important. If the message is not there, all is lost. One major thing which I find a lot of times with students is the lack of a logical flow. And logical flow not only means from the beginning to the end, which is the macro, but also a micro, that each paragraph has logical flow, which leads into the next paragraph and so on. Now, I will present more on this in the Module 3 lecture video, which will be available, I believe, according to the schedule on Wednesday morning. Again, we're going to talk about paragraph development and essay development in this particular module. Now, there are a couple of documents that you'll be looking at. We'll talk about those again briefly. We're also going to talk briefly about in the essay, in the lecture video, the requirements of drafts and presenting an appropriate final. Most students don't do the draft. They think that the first version is correct. Well, I'm going to present to you, well, you really need to be able to have at least one or two drafts with other individuals or groups, or maybe even criterion, in this case, reviewing it. So more on this later. Okay, as far as readings and viewings are concerned, you will find in the YouTube channel playlist 4, there is a video titled Introduction to Business Writing, Rules versus Guidelines. Again, this is a video that I did not create, but I did find on the internet. That is actually a very good one for you to watch. In the Blackboard posting, there are 2 attached documents. Now, these are documents that I created, a number of years ago, and are still relevant today, though some of the information might relate to, for example, the Business Writer's Handbook, which you no longer use, but that's not important here. But the rest of it will provide you with hints and insights into how to get yourself ready for this business writing. Finally, there will be the Module 3 video review lecture, which will be posted to the YouTube channel. And again, it is recommended that you watch it prior to completing the Module 3 post-discussion quiz. So let's take a look at the Module 3 assignments. The first, obviously, are the readings and viewings, which you currently have available to you, and they will be due by the start of class on the date presented on the screen. Next is the pre-discussion quiz, which also is now available. Again, I suggest you do all the readings and viewings prior to that and complete it again by the due date on the screen. We'll do a team basic writing activity. As you can see, the date, start date there, and the due date. We'll move on then into an individual basic writing activity. Now, again, this basic writing activity is based upon the outline that you created in Module 2. You can see that we're going to start, we're going to have another strategy session, date provided there. I'm attempting to get this in the classroom, or excuse me, in a conference room in University Hall. If not, it'll be back in the classroom. But again, I will give you plenty of warning on that. And the due date for this is available. Finally, we have the concluding Module 3 quiz here. Our assigned date, due dates presented on the screen. Okay, that should wrap it up for the Module 3 fact sheet. As always, questions, you know how to get a hold of me, please do so. Thanks and take care now.